Hello, welcome back to Ready Controls. Do you need to drive a lane number from the PLC logic to a servo controller which turns on diverter as the box moves to that lane? Or did you ever happen to extract bits from a 32-bit word, like extracting it from bit 28 or 31? Learning bit extraction helps you integrate data from third-party devices like cameras or weigh scales. In this video, we're going to talk about bit field distribute instruction from Studio 5000. If you look at the screen here, what I have is a bit field distribute. Bit field distribute has the following fields. You have a source tag, that's the tag with bits that we want to move, and source bit is the starting position in the source tag. Destination and length is the number of bits to move, and destination is the tag to receive the bits, and destination bit is where to start writing in the destination. So let's take an example where I have a source tag is a DINT with this value, and the blue line indicates the bit numbers, bit 0 all the way to 31. So the source tag has this value, and what we are saying is we are telling the instruction the source bit, the starting position in the source tag, to be bit 28. Bit 28 is here, so we'll highlight this with yellow. So we'll saying okay, we'll start from 28th bit, and length of the bits to move is 4. That means we will move 1 2 3 4, these 4 bits. And where do we want to move them? We want to move them into a destination tag. Here I just put a output word as a tag. And where to start writing in the destination? We want to write in the destination bit of 0 in the destination tag. That means we'll come back here at 0 and copy these 4 numbers. One more. There. So essentially what this instruction did was it took these 4 bits, and moved them to destination word into the first 4 bits. Right. Now similarly, if we change the destinations, everything is the same. We say, hey, grab 4 bits from position 28, these 4 bits, but now instead of starting the destination, where to write in the destination being 0, we said 4. That means it will go to 4th and copy this, right? 7, right? So that's how this instruction works. It's we'll now try to demonstrate this inside the PLC logic. But again, the only thing different here, again, I am starting at 4. Now the same thing will start at 8. 1 2 3 4. That's what happens at 8. And when we go 16, that's what happens, right? So the group of 4 bits are being moved, right? So now we can change this bit to 8. We can change that bit to the length to be 8 or 16, but it cannot be more than 31, right? Because that's the total number of bits. And the destination can also not be more than, it should be between 0 to 31. Okay. Now coming back to the Rockwell instruction in Studio 5000, all I have is a similar, I have a source tag and I have a destination tag. I put in the same thing which we showed in the Excel file, and let's see what will happen. This clear instruction is just for me to show, clear out the destination tag. Destination tag is on the top here, source tag is on the bottom here. Okay. So when we toggle this, what we are saying again, source tag, we're saying source bit start at the 28th bit. Since length is 4, take 4 bits starting from 28, move them into 28, starting at 28th bit, go 4 bits, that means 1011, and we are asking it to move to destination bit 0. Okay. So when we toggle instruction executed, and you could see 1011 got moved into the destination here. So this 1011, this is the 28th bit that moved into, to make it easy if you want to see it this way. The 28th bit is this one. So these 4 got copied into destination tag starting at 0 for a length of 4 bits. So that's how BTD instruction works. So we can show the same thing. Let's go ahead and clear the destination tag, and now instead of destination bit starting at 0, we say start at 4, right? So this instruction does the same thing. It will go to the 28th bit of the source tag and take 4 bits from there, copy it into the destination tag at a starting bit of 4. So we'll go ahead and execute that, toggle this. Now you can see it took 1011, which are the last 4 bits, moved them into destination tag starting at 4. Okay, so that's how the bit field distribute works. Let's show you one more example of how to use that. Another way of using a bit field distribute is sending to a servo controller. Say if you have a Robo Cylinder and it has Robo Cylinder and our PLC output card is directly wired into the Robo Cylinder, but the last 4 bits of the output word control the lane numbers, right? So for simulation example, let's say I use a bit field distribute. For the source location, I say I have a lane number. This is just a packaging line with boxes coming in, and the operator selects a lane number, and whenever he selects a lane number, that diverter has to turn on, so all the boxes go to the particular diverter, right? Particular lane. So, but what we have is a robotic cylinder which is directly connected to my output card, but it only uses the last 4 bits of that output card, right? So my output card, I'm just for demonstration, output card is showing 16 bits here. So all this instruction does is whatever the lane number we have, it will take the lane number and pass it through the last 4 outputs, right? So output 12, 13, 14 and 15. That's what the length indicates. So we'll take whatever the lane number is, and then we will start at the 0th bit of the lane number, 0 bit of the lane number, we go forward. So to display the lane number in binary, I will go ahead and put the lane number display also in binary. So now we are working on lane number. So if we say lane number of 1, that lane number of 1 got moved into output. You could see the local output 12 is on. So once the 12 is on, the diverter on lane 1 will kick in. Okay, so depending on how you want to use it, but now if you want to do lane 2, now if you want lane 2, we come back here, make that 1 and 0, that's lane number 2, and you could see in our output bit 13 came on, which will open the diverter on lane 2. So that's how you use bit field distribute. It's a good technique to learn and master. That way you can control the communication. You could receive bits of information from a third party instrument or device, and you could filter it out to however you want. So mastering BTD is critical, and it will help you to become better at troubleshooting the PLCs, troubleshooting an issue. We talked about a BTD instruction. It's helpful to do multiple bit handling at the same time. It simplifies the complicated logic, and it works with third-party hardware and makes your logic more modular and scalable. What's next? In the next video, we'll explore the swap instruction, SWPB instruction, great for reversing the byte order when devices don't match Rockwell structure. If you have been manually setting bits or struggling with output logic, BTD can save you hours. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below, especially if you're working on a real project and need help writing this into your system. Thank you.